some of your recent deals. Let's talk about this one here. What is this one? Besides a pile of rubble.
This is an apartment block. We've just knocked down 4 very old, crappy 1960-something apartments. I just showed that because it's a heap of rubble, and that's what it looked like.
Wow.
So, with property development, there's a million things to love about it, but one of the things is taking what was an ugly, rat-infested old building. It looked even worse before that. A rat-infested old building in a good area, I say, and then creating that. That to me, that gives me a sense of satisfaction to be able to do that, and I've created something that's obviously valuable, and I've created something that's going to outlive me. I mean, I keep telling my kids I'm planning to live forever, and so far so good. But the reality is, I'm probably not going to be the first person to live forever, and so that will live long after me.
So that's 4 stories. Does that have a basement as well?
Yeah, there's a basement plus 4.
Okay.
I mean, but what I'm saying about that is, lots of people are going to live in that. Families are going to grow up. Owner occupiers, renters, doesn't matter. I've created something for society. It's shelter, and it's quite attractive, and it's permanent. And I'm doing my little bit.
Solid.
Yeah.
So that's 15 apartments you've got in there. You've got there a profit of 1.9. What did that whole project cost?
That was a very disappointing profit.
Very disappointing, I can see that.
Reason being, when I went into the deal, it showed 2.45.
Wow.
So what happened...
I do pity you at 1.9. That's terrible, Bob.
What happened in the middle, before doing my very early FISOs and then going through buying it, getting the rest of the DAs and developing it, the market went backwards. Okay. We had some floods in Brisbane where I live, and it affected the market. So the market went backwards in terms of the selling prices.
Yeah.
So I sold them for cheaper than I thought I was going to sell them for when I started. But it doesn't matter, because as a developer, I had a big fat margin built in there. If I'd paid retail price and it went backwards, I'd suddenly lose equity.
Yeah.
And I could be in negative equity with the bank. So, but because I got such a huge buffer, this was a very profitable project. Because I had such a huge buffer, I was going to make this much profit. Now I only make that. I'm still all right.
You're still all right. So your cost, see, this is the thing, when you're developing, you're buying at wholesale, or you're creating at wholesale and you're selling at retail. So your wholesale price on these apartments is 132. What'd you sell them for?
I average average $590.
It's pretty good.
Well, they're in a good suburb. They're only 3 k's from the CBD. I'll just quick the infrastructure. 3 k's from the CBD, Auckland Flower. 3 k's from the CBD. 3 bus stops to three train stops. Sorry about the throat.
That's all right.
3. Anyone at my boot camp last weekend? I can tell you, it hasn't gotten any better. I nearly lost my voice there.
Did you?
And hasn't improved. It was 3 train stops to the CBD. It's 100 metres to the train station.
Right.
It's 250 metres from the biggest private hospital in Queensland, which is the Wesley. It's 200 metres to strip shops and buses.
Strips of shops.
Strips of shops in the buses. Might have to get you to interpret for me. So position is brilliant. The back half of those units actually look, you can see city from almost, well, first level you see half the city. Above that you see the top of the city. Yeah. And they've, it's a good area, it's valuable. It's an upmarket area, but for that area, it's still middle ground. Like $590 compared to the average price of an apartment in Brisbane is high, but not for where it is. Yeah. It's still middle ground for where it is.
Good position.
The weekend's been fantastic, absolutely fantastic, more than I ever anticipated. A lot of work. People need to come prepared to events like this, and but also be prepared to be rewarded. One of the most specific things that I've got out of this weekend is not just the information I've received from Dymphna, but that information is magnificent and has really clarified a lot of real estate issues. But it's been the contacts with the financial guidance and the legal guidance and all the other elements associated with the peripheral elements of real estate investing that I think have been equally as rewarding. If I had have known this information, had these contacts years ago when I was investing in other certain strategies and doing certain things, it would have literally saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I find that you don't just think about what you're getting from the real estate knowledge aspect. The ancillary elements of what you're getting are equally as important, if not more important. I've been to a couple of Dymphna seminars before and never signed up. I was one of the guys that always go to the seminar, get the information, but always procrastinate about signing up for the event. And this is another really important thing, I think. The money that Dymphna charges for these courses, I know a lot of people balk at that and they question the value of that. As I've just mentioned, the money that I would have saved from the ancillary information I've received already overwhelms any kind of fee that she has charged or could charge for it, regardless of all of the real estate information that I've now garnered as well. So the value is exponential by hundreds in reality. I've always been reasonably confident with it, but when things go pear-shaped, it knocks your confidence back down, you get back up and you go again. We've all had pear-shaped investments, well, most people have. Now getting this information and knowing that the information's progressed so much over the years, getting it at the cutting edge, getting it right at the front edge of what's happening now in today's market in real time, that's what lifts your confidence. You know now that you can step out and you can work with the right people and you can get the right properties, do the right thing with them and be guided along the way. You can't put a value on that if you're an active property investor. As I sit here today, there was just no other way to do it. Get the information as quickly as you can, get the right information, engage the right people and activate yourself into the market. One of the most, I guess, illuminating things that have come out of this weekend has been that there are really good analysis tools available to you now and professional people who have tried and tested these tools that you can actually engage and work with just to go from point A to point B, not just quick, with speed and more quickly, but with a lot more confidence and clarity. And that's worth volumes. If you're considering property investing, go to a one-day seminar, sign up at the end of the day, get the information, and then if you can't go and do something constructive with it, it's your own fault, because this is the best information available that I've found.